What is going on, everybody? 25 bips is what the expectation is. U.S. consumer spending is up. Consumer confidence is now at a 2-year high. And that lowbrow homunculus, Tobias Anderson, known as Zeradar in the Luna Classic community, is now fudding the project just because they wouldn't pay him more money to not FUD the project. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleeve. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves, where we've got a bunch of news coming out. Not all of it good, but and a lot of it speculative. But I also get the sense that something is about to happen in the crypto market, and I don't know if we're going to like it or if we're not going to like it. It's a little bit wonky. I want to be perfectly honest with you guys. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit there's some moves that are happening here that are it's the FOMC meeting. This is the day when crazy stuff is going to happen. This is going to be the most unpredictable, potential impossible day. In the meantime, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button. And when this video is over, if you're still here, leave a comment down below. Those likes and those comments help the video trend, and that helps me get ad revenue. And by the way, if you have not already, I still need, after a couple days, I still need one more NordVPN sign up so that I can get whatever bonus I'm supposed to be able to get. They told me that I'm on 20. I need 21. So if anybody can sign up for a NordVPN in the description down below, I certainly would appreciate it. If you have not already, there are many different ways to support my channel. One of them is, and by the way, the first 90 days are free, and then you can do whatever you want after that. I use it every single day. I don't use it during the live streams, by the way. You have to turn it off during the live streams, but then after that, that's when I turn it on, and I leave it on all day long. And I use it at my house as well. I leave it on there. So it's better to be protected, and it's better to be safe than at some point. And remember, for those of you that don't know, my MetaMask got hacked about 6 months ago, and I don't keep very much in MetaMask, but like $2,000. But they took $2,000 and an NFT, and it was an NFT that didn't even have offers. You know what I mean? Like just some crazy stuff. So, but anyway, if you would please hit that, and let's get on with the show. Number one amongst it is the CME group now says that there is a 98.9% likelihood that we're going to get a 25 BPS hike today. So expect 25 basis points to be the announcement. Going to be at 1:30 today. And that's going to be the 1 month, by the way, a month ago, there's a 25% chance that there was going to be no raise. Then that went down to 2% and is now sitting at 0%. And the speculation was 74% for a 25% basis point hike, went up to 98, 98.3, and 98.9 today. And then a 1.1% chance. By the way, 1 day ago was 1.7. Now it's down to 1.1. Where data's coming out, consumer confidence is still high, spending is still doing very well. So there's no reason for them to overcorrect at this point. They just need to tighten maybe just a little bit. I don't even think that they need to tighten. I think that they're just choking out the middle class and just trying to help allow that wealth transfer from the people that need it to the people that want more of it. You know what I mean? Like it's a sad state of affairs in the United States of America that is how we do business. In order to fix the economy, we have to make the rich people feel better. And I kid you not, that is exactly what they're doing. So, but here we are. So, Joshua, please pray for the DXY to go down. Let's look at the DXY. DXY is, it did spike up into 101. Probably could run to 101, around 102. But then it's probably due for a correction to the downside. The run looks like it's over for the last couple of hours. We wicked out at the top, which means that the pressure is now on it to keep coming down. So I do think that does mean that we're going to start moving towards the upside. So let's keep that in mind. Keg Drum, I have a step ladder because my real ladder left when I was just a kid. We've got jokes for us. Good morning. Good morning from Richard. Grant in the house. Jay Manuel's here. Crypto Fusion says crash incoming. By the way, there could be either there's going to be a crash today or a crash tomorrow. I think the most likely scenario to play out is going to be a crash today, because if we get what we want, or we get what we're speculating on, that means that it's already priced in, which would mean that that they're wanting, they're going to be wanting to make a pump happen. And if that's what seems to be the most obvious, then I don't think that that's the case. I think that we'll see the reversal if it's already priced in. I think we'll see a big dump and we'll be like, hey, what is going on here? Like, what is wrong with these people? And then the next day, Thursday, then I think we see a reversal, because as you guys know, that drunk effect that seems to happen in the American markets all the time will probably continue to happen. So I think that's what's going to happen. Honda says, good morning. Tony P, good morning. Poe in the house, good morning. Valentin is here. Jeff in the house. Volt is in the house. Daniel Volt is here. Trail Boss says, what's going on? Josh, good morning. DJ picks Volt Inning will skyrocket once the bull run kicks off. I have no doubt of that. Nice Hash says, send Bitcoin to 40K. Just grab some Lave on MEXC and some Ton Coin LFG. Here we go. Okay, so CME gives us a 98.9. So I think we've pretty much secured our speculative portion of the show. Now let's get over here to the U.S. consumer confidence, which jumps to a 2-year high as inflation eases. So inflation, we're starting to see the prices come down just a little bit. Burned by Saitama is here. U.S. consumer confidence shot to a high level in 2 years this month as inflationary pressure eased and the American economy continued to show resilience in the face of dramatically higher interest rates. The Conference Board of Business Research Group said the Consumer Confidence Index rose to 117 from a revised 110. The gauge beat the 110 that economists had expected and was the highest since July of 2021. So people are feeling good that the economy is starting to reverse. And by the way, a lot of that has to do with the declining like people. I had somebody that I know who was trying to rent an apartment. He has an apartment building, and he was trying to charge exorbitant amounts. And he got one. It's a triplex. He got one of the units rented, which it's not worth $1,000, but he got it rented for like $1,700, maybe $1,200. But he got it rented for $1,700, and he was like, "Oh yeah, baby." So then he raised it up to $1,900, and nobody would rent. And it just crashed, absolutely crashed, and it was way down. The next thing you know, afterwards is you see it was I think it ended up being 1,100 that he ended up doing. So that was absolutely crazy. $2 here from Honda says, any thoughts on Unibot after Pleek? Let's go we'll take a quick look at Unibot. Unibot. 133.10 up 26% today. The question is going to be, will it continue? So if you haven't already, you can go check out unibot.app. It's the fastest Telegram trading bot. There is if you haven't already, if you didn't know, by the way, you can go into Telegram and you can import this thing and use it as a trading bot. And it does show you how to work 6 times faster than trading on Uniswap. And total trading volume is $89 million over the last 24 hours. Actually, you know what, that might be lifetime. I don't know for sure. But you can do limit orders, which you cannot do in the United States, by the way. So make sure that you check this thing out. It is a little bit, you do have to kind of read through it and figure it out. But you know what? This is a great thing for you to be able to do. Create your own trading bot, and you can create it in your own channel, by the way, and just have a couple of your friends in there. Like, it's a really interesting thing. So I would be incredibly bullish on this whole thing. And I think that it's got a long way to go as far as speculative price action. 133, prohibitive to some people, but you're buying portions of it most of the time. So look, it's difficult to say in a bear market when we're going to talk about, by the way, how DeFi has been bleeding capital. But it's difficult to say that it's going to go to $1 billion or 300 million or anything like that at this point. But you know what? This is one of those things where people are super excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely crazy what could happen. And I'm in Chicago, so it's a little bit more expensive when you're in a city like that. So, but anyway, if you haven't already, go check out Unibot and see if you can get somebody to implement it in Telegram and try it out. Definitely interesting and worth the shot here. Anyway, back to this. The index is showing that people are feeling super confident about it. And now let's get on in our I want to say like douchebag of the week award. We have our backstabbing douchebag, Tobias Anderson, known colloquially as Zeradar in the Luna Classic community. He alleges that Luna Classic is going to zero as Terra Classic is manipulated with Binance's help. Now, this is the guy who wanted to build long-term on Luna Classic, that didn't really have interest in he didn't really have interest in the repeg, so to speak. He just wanted to build in the Luna Classic blockchain, and he just wanted to do his thing, and he wanted more money to keep doing it. He started talking about how he was underpaid, he wanted more, or he was going to quit, and people were like, fine, quit. We'll hire somebody else. Then he got mad. Okay. Now, this is a garbage article written by Albert Brown. Zeradar alleges Lunk is going to zero. That's not what he said. Okay. What he did say was, and I have to look here because I have him blocked on Twitter. Actually, let me see if I can see it. Yeah, I can actually. Oh, it tells you that he's blocked. Okay, so maybe the question Lunk should be asking himself is not when one, but rather when zero. Please stop asking me when the price will do X. The market is clearly rigged by a single actor, and I do not deem it feasible that this actor is operating without the help of KuCoin and Binance. So what he's got is basically a conspiracy theory about how one person doesn't want to make money in Luna Classic, and also Binance doesn't want to make money, and also KuCoin doesn't want to make money. That's his rampant speculation. In case you were wondering, just in case, guys, in case you were wondering about the intelligence level of Tobias Anderson, the former programmer who got tossed to the curb by Luna Classic. There you go. The only way to hold the price down is through a massive conspiracy with KuCoin and Binance to hold the price down. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Well, no, the dumbest thing was we want to hire Tobias Anderson to program. The second dumbest thing was there's a giant conspiracy to keep the price from going up because Binance, who could probably use capital right now, doesn't really want money. That's ridiculous. Like, this is the most silly level of nonsense that you could possibly imagine. Okay. Now, what he says, Zeradar's accusations came to light during a discussion with the Luna Classic community. The developer firmly believes that a solitary entity is rigging, and by the way, it has to be Ed Kim, right? Has to be Ed Kim. So, because that's the person who's kind of in charge over there, right? Or Alex Foreshadow, he's not there anymore. So it has to be from the beginning. So it would mean that Ed Kim has to be holding it down, right? Otherwise, how does Ed Kim not know? Or how did Alex not know? How do any of these people not know what's going on? So while some community members challenged Zeradar's claim, he defended his position. He also insinuated that such practices were not entirely surprising given the past questionable action of some exchanges. In response to requests for evidence to substantiate the allegations, Zeradar highlighted the difficulty in proving intricate market manipulations. However, he particularly made a striking statement that Binance chief CZ and Justin Sun. Zeradar called attention to when CZ warned Justin Sun to refrain from bringing significant amounts of USD to Binance for trading purposes. Recall that the Binance CEO had warned Sun and other whales against misusing the SUI airdrop in May. Zeradar implied that such advice indicated prior occurrences of large-scale capital movements, raising questions about the frequency and timing of such actions. So, recall that the former L1 JTEF developer made similar claims last month. Following an impressive 36% surge in Luna Classic's price, Zeradar claimed the rally resulted from a pump and dump scheme. Notably, Luna Classic dropped 16% after the rally, and now he's proposing a new chain. So what is he doing? So here's the deal, right? What is Zeradar doing? What Zeradar is doing right now is he is trying to convince you that there is a vast conspiracy between Binance and apparently KuCoin to hold the price down of Luna Classic, and the only way to solve it is for you to leave Luna Classic and join his new blockchain, which he didn't announce. But guys, this is a tale as old as time. A boy meets a boy, and that boy gets rejected by a bunch of other boys, and then he goes off and finds another boy, and he says, this boy is better than the boy I had before, or the boys I had before. And the boys he had before say, oh God. And then the rest of the boys say, well, maybe. So imagine there's going to be some bleeding. There's going to be some people who like Zeradar who are going to move over to this new chain. Although, by the way, what he's doing right now, he is what he's doing is he's giving you a proposal. He's like, I don't have an idea, except that there should be a new chain. And now some people in the Luna Classic community are going to be like, yeah, that's exactly right. There should be a new chain. There should be, hey, you know what we should do? We should put our money together and we should do that. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. And then the next thing you know, you're going to see a few people say, oh, we're going to finance a blockchain for Zeradar here. And then he's going to be, yeah, and it will only take like 17 years in order to make it work. And whatever the fuck accent he uses, but you get the point, right? This is what's going to end up happening. And by the way, just as a matter of fact, let's just do this. Nicholas Boulay, who is a professional football player, by the way, emphasized that mass user adoption could resolve some market issues, right? And then Boulay stressed that the value of any cryptocurrency ties in its use case and proposed making LUNC a globally adopted currency owned and governed by the people, which would diminish concerns about price fluctuations. That's not true, but it gets an idea, right? Unfazed by the debate, Zeradar appeared disillusioned with the current state of LUNC, suggesting it might be more profitable to start afresh. By this point, why bother? It's more profitable for us to build a new chain. There it is. It's about the money. It's about that MUNNAY. It's about that money. So that's where this whole thing is coming from. Zeradar, who, by the way, if you guys don't remember, let me take you back in time. I can't show you all of the information, but let me take you back in time about 3 months ago when they were proposing the end to quarter one and going into quarter two. That's when Zeradar left. And what he did was he said, I want more money or I'm not coming back. And people were like, yeah, you're not worth more money. And they voted it down. So after they voted it down, he said, well, fine. And then somebody else sent him a message saying, hey, if you're looking for a job, we might have a job for you. Then he publicly comes out and says, yeah, and all of these people want to hire me because I am the shit. And then the company that did that said, hey, look, we're interviewing a lot of people. We didn't say you're getting the job. So then he got mad at that company, and the rest, as they say, is history. He disappeared, but now he won't stop talking about Luna Classic. Look, this is basically what you're watching is Tobias Anderson. Zeradar is a salty X. Okay. They got dismissed and kicked to the curb and doesn't like where he is now. This is exactly what's going on. He's a jilted ex-lover. Nobody gives a shit about, and he's still trying to like, Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Won't somebody buy me a pearl necklace? You know what I mean? Or give me one? Anyway, let's move on. Tether market cap surpasses 83.5 billion to attain an all-time high. Now, the Tether market cap is starting to pump, but here's the thing. The other part to this is, remember, it was about 72, 73, right? Now it's 83 billion. Market cap on it continues to rise. So the question is it coming from USDC? It's not, because that one was sitting at 23 not that long ago. So as we come down here and we start looking at the historical data on this one, we look at market cap, and we do like, let's do 1 month here. No, they're hovering around 26. So if we go to a 1 year, yeah, they're hovering around 26. So people are going with Tether at this moment. So I stand corrected on that one. But it's not, it's 26, it's a billion, right? There's not a big move there. But the market cap over here shows, I guess we have to do 7 day. But now we're showing a spike up in the 83 billion range, right? And a couple days ago, within 7 days, it was down here. And then before that, it was down here. And then if you go to 1 month, it was down here in this range and this range. And then in the 1 year, we come all the way down to these levels at the beginning. Remember, this is a couple months ago. We were in the 60s. And now look at this. There's 83 and it continues to rise. What does that mean? Well, the overall consensus here would be this. Money's coming back into the market. Money is coming back in, but it's not necessarily going into specific and exact cryptocurrencies, but it is coming back into the market, which means that people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for the news today in order to do something. They're ready to make a buy. Everybody has their capital sitting right now in Tether, waiting for that moment where they can make that move. And by the way, Tether is what's accepted by MEXC, by most of these other, like that's what you're using for your futures trading and stuff like that in a lot of these exchanges. So it makes sense and stands to reason that Tether is going to continue doing what it's doing. And as money and capital keeps entering the market, well, that's what we're going to see. We're going to see it kind of stable right there. But moving on from there, Binance has now exited at least 3 European markets and prepares for the MiCA. So it's withdrawn from Germany. Binance confirms it has proactively withdrawn its BaFin application. And by the way, they're not permanently doing it. It's also exiting the Netherlands, but it says that the company plans to reapply once it has addressed the alterations in the regulatory landscape. And it's got some issues, right? Binance unit in Cyprus submitted an application to be delisted as well. So Cyprus, Netherlands, and Germany is where it's delisting itself. So it's trying to get itself back into compliance with everywhere so that it can then start running again. I think what people don't understand here is Binance is going to be here for the long haul, no matter what. There's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of fighting. Is there some guilt? I'm going to say speculatively that there's obviously some guilt on Binance. Is it malicious? Is it, are they trying to steal from? I don't think so. I think they're just trying to capitalize and market. And so, when they have the market maker thing, they use just a rampant, oddly worded statement in a text chain to say, yeah, that's us, ourself, I think it was. And they turn that into, there's this vast conspiracy to use a market maker. So I'll wait until I see evidence and not just like, well, we got this text message that randomly says ourself, and that should be enough to prosecute. That's stupid, right? So let's see some evidence for it. And then, we'll go from there. But let's move on. Ripple runs CBDC pilot from the Pacific island nation of Palau. So Palau, in the Republic of Palau, a US dollar-backed stablecoin pilot. The stablecoin will be minted on the XRP ledger and will be distributed first to the Palau government employees. So it looks like Ripple is getting into the business of CBDCs, which could be part of that whole Fed now rumor that was happening a while back. And that's a pretty good sign, certainly for XRP. I don't know if it moves the market right now, but that certainly is a good indication that we might be seeing some moves on XRP again. We did see this move. Let's do 1 hour so you can see what I'm talking about here. We did see that move down here, but I think really that was just where it was going to bounce anyway. because if you come back over here, that's where it bounced over here. So I think that this is kind of just, this is the move. I don't know that it's going up, by the way. I get the sense here that we've got this parallel channel coming out, and it did look like it broke out, but it's just kind of sitting over the 50-day SMA. I would get the sense here that this is probably more bearish looking than it is bullish looking at this point. But we'll see how this, how this plays out. I mean, we've got a flag from the bottom coming up, so maybe we'll see something positive break. The market is now it's flipping back and forth right now, oscillating between green and red, back and forth. So we were down like 2.5 billion in overnight, and now that seems to be coming back in. The shine is off of SHIB though. It did have a nice little run, and then it got summarily rejected from midnight to I want to say, here we go, 4 a.m. It came back down here, and now it looks like it's reversing back, but now it's rejecting off of this 785 level. So I get a sense here it's going to test here one more time, and if it doesn't, then it's going to break back down, and we're going to be heading down further. But we got this wicking at the bottom, which was a good sign, which means that we had tested our new bottom and that we should have a reversal imminent, but this reversal looks kind of weak at this point. So we may be done with whatever was going on with SHIB for the moment until we get a little bit more news that Shibarium is just a little bit closer. So, but let's move on. DeFi daily volume dwindles to a 7-month low as sector endures a downswing. Now, let's go back here and let's talk about Dingy McDing-Dong. Zerodar. So guys, there's a downswing in DeFi, in case you haven't noticed that, right? In case all of your speculative assets are down in DeFi. Well, that's because DeFi daily volume has dwindled to 7-month lows as the sector endures a downswing. So, and you see here on the chart right here, like we're seeing a big dip in the interest, right? Where is the money going? The money's going back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still hovering on 29,262. This is what drives the market, guys. And I've told you this, and I'm going to say it again. It's Bitcoin's market until it's not Bitcoin's market. Like, it does not matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you want to speculate about. It is Bitcoin's market until it's not Bitcoin's market. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have a pump somewhere. It doesn't mean that Pepe is not going to have this run up here. And, you'll gain 20 or 30% if you buy at the bottom and you get in the right spot. Doesn't mean any of that. It doesn't mean that Ethereum is not going to run along with Bitcoin and have some upward momentum. But that flippening piece would never happen until Bitcoin has eaten. So if it goes along with the broader market because people are side speculating, that's fine. But the market is not going to move until Bitcoin says go. Solana is having another nice little spike here, by the way. And it did come up here at 32 just recently. So bucking a little bit of a trend. But as we bring out a broader trend, by the way, and as we zoom backwards, then remember, Solana fell a lot further than some of these other ones way back in October and November of last year because of its association with SBF and FTX and Alameda. So there's spots here and there's pockets here where you're going to see a few bright spots. The Arbitrum chain, even though it got hacked recently, and even though it had to deal with that, it's still kind of out here as a new one. But I think when you look at that chart, then you're starting to see it dwindle as well, because guess what? That's what happens. They start to dwindle. This one's been fighting a lot, by the way, because it has a huge volume. I might add, Arbitrum has more volume right now than Ethereum. So I think that there's going to be a moment for some upside. But again, it's a Bitcoin market until it's not a Bitcoin market. And right now, it's still a Bitcoin market. So when we see the money come back into the market today, if we do see a nice little run as some speculative buildup for the FOMC announcement today, then it's going to be in Bitcoin, right? Because the likely move, everybody's thinking 27.5, everybody's thinking 28.6, everybody's thinking that these next levels are what's going to be tested. So, and it could still be, by the way, we could still see these moves to the downside. We could still see this thing just break down here, because look, the liquidation here But here's what happened was we've come down here, we've swept a little liquidation, right? Now we're kind of in the middle, oscillating in between. We can reach up here to grab, or we can reach down here to grab. The logic dictates that we would grab this big pocket right there in that range, but we already came in here and grabbed a little bit of it, so it could mean that we're going to move up a little bit and grab some of this along the way. So, I mean, that's, the question right now is which direction are we going to flow, and each one of those liquidities basically is about the same size of pools. And yeah, look at this 7-day number. As a matter of fact, you see most of it is up here at this point. It's not down in this region. So the place to get the money is right here. The thing is, you probably need a little bit of this in order to get back up here, because you need a few more people, because these people are going to end up buying because you're wrecking them, and they're doing sell orders, which means that they're buying in order to settle, right? So that creates money, and then that prepares you for that big move towards that upside. So, but it looks like, by the way, here we go. Now we're zooming out, by the way, on 7-day. And when we look at this 7-day, then we are seeing very slowly, we seem to be moving back into this liquidity pool, and you might be kind of primed for that run. We'll see what the market makers decide they're going to do today. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. But DeFi starting to dwindle. Ethereum whales have been selling off massive amounts of Ethereum and wrap Bitcoin as crypto markets weaken. Look on chain also notes, and remember, guys, we did talk about this a couple days ago. There's been quite a bit of Ethereum move to like Coinbase and Binance, et cetera, et cetera. One whale dumped 150 wrapped Bitcoin worth $4 million at a price of $29,000 per Bitcoin. 29,000 when it could have been 30 a couple days ago. Weird stuff happens. Look on chain also notes that another whale sold off 3,967 Ethereum. But remember, if you go to Look on chain, by the way, and if we look at their Twitter account, not blocked, by the way, whale deposited. Oh, this guy, this is absolutely insane, by the way. We covered this yesterday, right? He deposited all of this to Binance, withdrew 2.7 million, and then he just bought a bunch of other stuff with it. And not a great win ratio, by the way. The smart whale spent 5 million USDT to buy 174 wrapped Bitcoin at 29,350 about 2 hours ago. So something's going on, right? But as you come down here, remember what we were seeing was a lot of Ethereum moving around. This one deposited 1,000 Bitcoin to Binance 3 hours ago. He withdrew 38,000 Bitcoin from Binance and Huobi in 2022. He had 38,000 Bitcoin. Jesus. There we go. But a whale dumped 16,751 ETH after the market crashed. Then we have another one. Whale dumped wrapped Bitcoin and ETH in a panic after market crash yesterday. Then we have another one. USTC and staked ETH 2,802. Absolutely crazy. All of the dumping of Ethereum, and how many of these are specific to Ethereum that you've been seeing. Here's another staked Ethereum, 1,757. And he bought 411,000 Link. So a lot of speculation going on, a lot of selling of Ethereum right now, wearing on that price action. But we'll keep watching it, and we'll keep our eyes open. Shiba Inu is now making a concerted push on Twitter to have a SHIB logo next to when somebody does Shiba Inu. If you, of course, when you come over here to your X app and you look on the right-hand side and you see Samsung Unpack, they have a logo over here. And as you go down some of these lists here and you start looking, then you see some of these have like a little symbol next to them. So I think Doge might even have one now, but so they're looking to try to get that done. If they get that done, that's going to actually be a good thing for them and will probably lead to a speculative pump on Shiba Inu. So there we go. Now, market was up positive until just now. Now it's down 500 million. Dow Jones in the green to start the day. SPY in the red. Earnings reports show why is that happening. Earnings whisper no longer available. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we got a new one now. Yeah, here we go. So AT&T growth, Boeing growth, Coca-Cola massive growth, Tilray massive growth, Hilton massive growth, Thermo Fisher Scientific down, Union Pacific down, ADP up, Equinor and Hess down, ODFL, Old Dominion down, UMC, United Microelectric down. Generally speaking, though, another good day, another good day for the market. So that's the market caps up here. Going by market cap, by the way, the big ones that matter: Coca-Cola, Boeing, and AT&T. All of them looking pretty good. And by the way, the speculation was that they were up, and the price expectation certainly confirmed that they had good earnings days. So now DXY continuing its decline, a little bit of a reversal. Maybe let's go to the 1 hour and look at that. Had a little bit of a reversal dip over there, but still coming down. Red on the day. So let's we'll see what happens here, but it looks like we're in sell-off mode again. And of course, listen, here's the thing that we have to accept right now, that there is going to be rampant speculation, and that the money is going to go into bond yields, and it's going to go into the stock market before it goes into Bitcoin. Bitcoin did not hold up as a successful hedge against inflation in their early testing phases. So I think a lot of people on the sidelines just kind of waiting for that next move from BlackRock, that next move from Fidelity, from ARK Capital. They're starting to look and wait for those next big moves because they know that it's coming. They just want to be able to time it right, and they don't want to have that reckoning. And that reckoning is that we're probably, if you bought right now, there's a certain risk of losing $1,000 in your value at this point as it comes down into this 27 range or into this 28.6 range. Each one of those being a potential spot. So bouncing off of the 50 SMA, though, that is a good sign. But at some point, it's got to come down here and test the 200. Otherwise, what are we doing, right? So we'll see it test here pretty soon. But again, I think it's going to continue moving up. I'm pretty sure that it'll continue on its move. We'll see probably something good happen today. But if it does, something bad happens tomorrow. Again, if something bad happens today, something good will happen tomorrow. So we'll close that out. We'll come over here. Grumpy Cat starting to do a little bit of a reversal. I don't know if it's going to be sustained or not. 38.75. Not sure what's going on in it. I don't bother to check anymore. I don't bother to look anymore. As soon as there is a nice little buy range that comes in, there tends to be a lot of sell-off. So I'm not really worried about it. 100x Gems content coming out today, up to 3,200. Perfectly did, by the way, 786 fib retracement, and now looks like it's on its way back up. PSYOP 87.69. Ben up 49.81. That's down really for me in my brain. Yesterday it was testing around this 48 level, so it does look barely up, but not really. And by the way, for as far as Ben content goes, there is a reversal in the air, by the way. I don't have, Jesus Christ, I got for those of you that are Ben, let me show you what I got going on over here. There is a video coming out today, but I'll real quickly show you what's probably going to play out and what's probably going to happen here on Ben over the next little while. This is the day chart. Yeah, here we go. So you can see the 50-day, the 50 SMA. I'm going to close this because the capital flows aren't going to be relevant to this at this point. What is relevant, though, is this 50-day SMA, and look at how we're on our way back up on this, and this is coming down, right? So I'm going to take for granted here that this is coming this way, right? And it's forming a wedge, and it looks like we're inside this wedge, right? So the next play for this, because it did this down here, was a big move to the upside, which was 71.40, right? Now, if we take that, then down here, we're doing the same thing again, which means that the most likely move is right here into the 6,000 range. We'll probably see that, and then boom, it's going to come back down into this 5,000 range at least one more time. And then this leads us to August 10. This is the 13th, right in this range here. This is where Dubai is happening. So that's where the move to the upside might be coming. Now, any announcement could change the dynamic of that, but I do think that generally speaking, we're heading up and then down and then probably up again for that test We might even oscillate through here a little bit more, but I do think that a move on Ben is coming to 6,000, and it's coming immediately. So hold on tight. Make sure, by the way, if you are speculating on your Ben holding, then I would be looking at this here. This is my plan right now. My plan right now is to see 6,000 or 59, basically. When I see us hit around 59, if there's no announcement and no reason why, there's no real, something here. And by the way, that could be that we hit 58.34 as it moves sideways a little bit because of this. There's a lot of wicking that comes right here in this 58 range. But anyway, from 58 to 59, if it moves up here, then I'm going to sell my entire bag in the speculation that we've got one more dip down here into 49, and that would allow me to add 20% more to my bag as I rebuy my way back in for whatever this next pump is, and I would feel a lot more comfortable having 20% more volume. And to be fair, this is not long-term hodl shit. This is not one of those where they tell you don't buy, don't sell or anything like that. This is Ben token. The way that Ben token makes its money is 0.3 liquidity pool. So you have to trade, and there has to be volume in order for them to make revenue, in order to do what it is that they want to do in this market. So you have to trade. So the best thing to do is be a good trader and be speculative and make sure that you hit your marks here and accumulate along the way. So that's what I'm looking to do on Ben. So now you got the update on that. Now SHIB, again, I still think that SHIB's going to have another big move. I'm still waiting for, we just need that announcement. Advantis AI 1262, not a lot of movement there. Cult, not a lot of movement. Bone, really kind of hovering right here. Again, waiting for something, waiting for an announcement, waiting for a reason to have that breakout. But basically, perfect pennant formation at this point. So I think something's coming. PSYOP 8204, don't know what's going to end up happening there. WAGMI had a reversal off of about 1707. I think we kind of came down here, hit the bottom again, right in this area, and we're coming back up. Now, the other part to that is I would be looking at on WAGMI these toppings right here. So unless there's a big announcement, then I think that you're probably going to look at a top right here of about 2130, 2100, and then probably a move back down. Maybe it gets caught at 19, but it could also come back down, retest 16.5 again before breaking out and coming towards that upside one more time. That's pure speculation at this point. This chart has been really resilient at this level, so it's difficult to speculate. Pepe 1251, Volt continuing its, and look, I heard about something that happened last night that people were shitting on and hating on Rodney because I made a video, and that people were shitting on Rodney or something like that because of my video. Like, I made the video in fun. Rodney is my friend, and I talk to Rodney on the phone all the time. And we banter and joke back and forth, right? So if you're out here shitting on other people and this is what's happening, I don't think that that's the best way, or that's the best use of time and space to make people want to invest in your project. I think attacking and doing stuff to other people and not being welcoming, and Voltoshi, incredibly welcoming. So, Pepe is a tradable, is a spendable asset on Volticard. That's awesome. So, I think that we could be, or I think that we should be. I think that we should be better than if we're attacking somebody, even if we don't like them. We should be welcoming no matter what. And I saw a thing here by Classy Crypto where he was like, rest in peace Volt and stuff like that. And hey, listen, the amount of attacks that he got, I read through them, and some of it was really toxic, and is a testament to why people like it used to be a friendly, welcoming community, and it really should be a friendly and welcoming community. But they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm holding my bag. I'm not selling. I'm just going to kind of wait it out and see what happens. They've got a plan. The plan doesn't involve me anymore, but I'm still going to be a holder, and I'm still going to be supportive, and I'm still going to hold on and see what happens. Lillian Finance is at 40.43. They've got an announcement in 2 days, I want to say, no, 3 days. On Friday. On Friday, they're making an announcement. Big announcement, actually. They seem to be pretty excited about it. Deconek is at 1.594 cents. So there we go. That's the update. Liquidity level, I think we're headed upwards. Looks like we're headed upwards. But you know, again, this is a speculative day. No telling what this market is going to do. Could get crazy before it's all said and done. And we could start to see some massive runs, and then followed by massive dumps as we sweep the top and the bottom, looking for liquidity to continue on these runs. So no show tonight. I got stuff to do. But it's not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And wait a minute. No, there will be a show tonight. I'm sorry about that. There will be a show tonight. It's tomorrow. What the fuck day is it? Today's Wednesday. Okay, yeah. It's tomorrow. So tomorrow there won't be a show. So we'll talk to you again very, very soon. I'll see you guys tonight.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck looked like the Loch Ness